The 103rd Annual Oregon Trail Days took place this past week. The festivities began with the annual Platte Valley Bank Kickoff Barbecue on July 11th at the Gehring Civic Plaza.
This is the kickoff barbecue for Oregon Trail Days. We have a live band, of course, have a Discord. We have dinner provided by Fresh Food. So it's just a fun way to kick off Oregon Trail Days. Fun community event. It's the first night, and we just are excited to be able to be part of it. We love it. You can see we have a lot of volunteers, all in our red shirts or in our blue shirts for J.G. Elliott, and it's a lot of fun. Our associates love to get involved with it. We have kids games. We have all kinds of fun things going on. So just fun for the whole family.
On July 12th, the Oregon Trail Days Kiddie Parade took place in downtown Gehring. Hundreds of children participated in this annual event. Children were able to dress up in their favorite costumes and walk the 5-block parade route. Costumes for this year included the Sandlot characters, minions, superheroes, princesses, video game characters, and dinosaurs. One child even dressed up as Taylor Swift. The Gehring Middle School Band and Nebraska State Patrol Officer Buck L. Up made special appearances. Following the parade, children were invited to Legion Park for games in the park. Many local businesses provided games and prizes to make the event a success. The fun continued at the car show and food fair on 10th Street in Gehring. Over 50 cars of various models and years lined 10th Street in front of the courthouse. Some of the car owners stated that they were prepping for competition, while others said that they were there just for fun. The food fair was also held just down the street and featured a variety of vendors and foods. The Fraser Show's Carnival returned to Five Rocks Amphitheater for all 4 days of Oregon Trail Days.
This year we brought the zipper back, which is behind me, right over there. We're on the back side of it. It went through a year of rebuilding. So we replaced every single mechanical part in it, repainted the ride. Anywhere we could add a new part, we did. So we also brought out the Dragon Wagon, which has been missing for a couple years, but it's back due to the request of the people in Nebraska. Matter of fact, we do have one more new ride. It's a swing ride for the kids, so we replaced an old SpongeBob ride with a higher capacity swing ride. I believe the old one ran 10 and the new one ran 16, so I didn't show you that one. We call it the Euro Swinger. So it's a circus-themed kiddie swing ride just for little kids. We also have the bouncy castle. We got the motorcycle jumps. Everybody loves that one around here, including the adults. I've actually had adults come and take pictures on that ride, like wearing their Harley Davidson vest, and they're getting on the little kiddie motorcycle jump ride. It's a hoot to watch that stuff. We have a few other ones. We have the farm train with farm animals, and we got the magic maze, and the Wacky Shack, which is an adventure house, obstacle course for kids, and there's a couple other ones. I think Nebraska is a special area. The police are friendly, and they're abundant, so we always talk to law enforcement when we get here, and they're very kind in whatever that we're doing. I mean, the law is the law, but they're very kind. The local families are getting bigger. We like to see the families getting bigger. We love to see the kids smiling when they're on the rides. The climate's great, you know, and it's just there's not many events like Oregon Trail Days anywhere we go. As a matter of fact, I've never seen water volleyball at any event, even that I visited, all across the country. So this is a unique and special place.
The Old Settlers Meeting took place on July 12th and 13th.
The Old Settlers Meeting is actually how Oregon Trail started over 100 years ago, and was a way to celebrate the heritage of people settling in the valley and creating this beautiful community that we get to live in. And so there has always been a half-century club that was put together to honor the Old Settlers. And this year we're honoring, as our Old Settlers, Dr. George Schlotthauer and Barb Muir. There's a luncheon, then there's a little, they try to keep this close to the original format as they have over the years. So we'll have a luncheon, then we'll have a short meeting, and the meeting will be to introduce past presidents and past old settlers. I'll introduce Charles and George and Barb this year, and they'll take nominations from the floor for next year's old settlers that they want to honor. There's certain things that they've kept over the years. Start the program off with salute to the flag and the Star Spangled Banner, and we end it with God bless America and God be with you till we meet again. My wife will read the minutes from last year's meeting, and then they always pick a year in the past. And so this year we're reading the minutes from 1977 also. Sandy and I, that was part of, my wife's the vice president of the club. Part of our duty was to select a couple to take that place. And next year's president and vice president will be Jerry and Farrell Becking of Gary.
The annual Panhandle Quilt Guild Quilt Show took place from July 12th through July 14th.
We've got 130 plus quilts on display. We have small, medium, and large categories for one-person quilts, which means they do the piecing and the quilting. We have 2 or more person, small, medium, large categories. A machine embroidery category, which is new this year. It's always been included in other categories as far as size. We have miniatures. We have vintage, which is, I think, 25 years and older. And then our challenge this year is called Zentangled, and it is using anything with thread and fabric and other embellishments type thing. We have what's called This and That, and it's small projects like pillows and table runners and table toppers and little, just odds and ends. Hand quilted, and then a youth category. Quilt to Valor is a program that started, I believe, in 2003, and the Panhandle started their group in 2018. And they present any veterans that are nominated for a quilt. They do not have to have served on foreign soil. Any time they were part of the military, they're eligible for a quilt. It's all volunteer. It's all, and the Panhandle has presented over 1,200 quilts since 18. We're in a new venue this year. We've been at Lincoln Elementary for a couple years, and conflict of scheduling and stuff, we're here, and we're excited about the new space. So,
the Vera Delaney Memorial Art Show took place from July 11th through the 13th.
My mom was Vera Delaney, and she, with Jim Long, 42 years ago, in about 1983, started I think it was called the Oregon Trail Days Western and Wildlife Art Show. And so it evolved a lot over the years. At one time it showed at the old Safeway building. It showed at numerous locations until about 1993, and then it landed at the Civic Center and has been here ever since. I'm not sure how many actual pieces, but we have 22 artists. We have a very eclectic group of artists. We have some that work with oils and watercolors and pencil, and we have some that work with fabric. We have some that work with clay and pottery, jewelry. One artist works with glass. So we have a number of mediums of our artists.
On July 13th, the 103rd Annual Oregon Trail Days Parade stepped off in downtown Gering. The theme for this year was Trails to the Future. Despite the scorching temperatures, both sides of 10th Street were filled with excited parade goers. Parade entries included the American Legion Honor Guard, our local fire departments, our local school cheer squads, the Gering Public School marching bands, the Panhandle Shrine Club, KCMI-FM, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Theater West, Highway 92 Raceway, the Legacy of the Plains Museum, the Overland and Deadwood Stages, and many more. The Oregon Trail Days Craft Fair took place on July 13th in Legion Park. The annual event hosted over 100 vendors with a wide variety of products for sale. Organizers were thrilled with the turnout of attendees and vendors despite the passing of longtime organizer Gina Matley. Live music was provided by Avid Discord. A new event made its way to Oregon Trail Days this year. On July 14th, the first ever OT Days pickleball tournament took place at Oregon Trail Park.
Today we're just hosting a pickleball tournament just to have people come out and play pickleball. There's usually a lot of people at these courts at night, so we thought about just putting a tournament together and having some competition. Rebecca Shields reached out. We had one a few weeks ago for our basketball program. So then she reached out and said if we wanted to do one for Oregon Trail, maybe start this as a yearly tradition. So my dad loves pickleball, so we took the opportunity. I would say it's a mixture of tennis and ping pong, kind of. I don't know. There's a bunch of weird rules. You got to kind of get into it to know what you're doing and play the game for a little bit, and then you start to learn it. But it is a fun game. A lot of people come out here and play, all ages, young and old, so it's a good game.
There was a competitive and non-competitive division for this tournament. On July 16th, a town hall was held at the Midwest Theater for the Scotts Bluff Comprehensive Plan.
This was just the initial kickoff meeting for the City of Scottsbluff's renewed comprehensive plan. Our last comprehensive plan was completed in 2016 and it was in-house, so there wasn't quite the level of funding and things done. So our city manager, Kevin Spencer, really thought that it was important that we come out with a renewed comprehensive plan, get as much community input as we possibly can, to make it a living, breathing document that we all can use in our jobs to work towards goals that community members want to see happen within Scottsbluff. So that's kind of a little bit with what's happening today. We're just kind of getting a feel from the audience. Marvin Planning Consultants is going to be doing a lot of the legwork and then working with city staff just to kind of get things going for the comp plan. A comprehensive plan is just a document, a plan for the city that is broken up into sections, like you saw up there, that we will be able to use and dissect to be able to work towards goals, like with transportation. It's maybe safety or certain stoplights that people would like to see added. Community recreation, people looking at the parks. Do we have enough parks? Where would people like to see updates in parks? Just kind of seeing where we need to focus funds and our time and energy to make the city better. It gives us a direction because, you know, there's so many possibilities within a city, so it's kind of it's that living, breathing document that kind of, we take all of the input from the citizens and we can start to kind of plan for that.
We were been brought on to work with the City of Scottsbluff to develop a new comprehensive plan for the next 10 to 20 years that will look at all avenues of growth and different opportunities for the community as you go forward into the future. That includes land use, transportation, facilities, parks, rec, everything. We will go forward by continuing to look at the data and pull together information like GIS databases so we can do the mapping that we need to do. We'll start developing a schedule to start meeting with people and getting input that way, and we'll start developing our survey that will be both a hard copy and digital. So we'll start doing that process so we can start gathering information from people.
Just we would appreciate any input, be involved, and this is what's going to get us moving in the direction that we would all like to see our community going in. So it's going to help us to work for what the public wants. Those surveys that Marvin kind of had pulled up on the screen, we're going to have little postcards that are going to be in a lot of the key areas around town. So pick up one of those, get a hold of city staff. They can visit City Hall and we'd be happy to chat with them. And then maybe attending meetings in person if they can't do things online.
Stay tuned to our channel for the video at a later date. The 137th Annual Scotts Bluff County Fair will return, with the 4-H portion of the fair beginning on July 20th and the main portion beginning on July 27th.
The 137th Scotts Bluff County Fair, just around the corner, it starts July 29th and goes through August 3rd. The 29th is actually a kickoff night. You know, we're going to kind of celebrate our volunteers and you know, a lot of individuals that 4-H people and sponsors and community members. And then actually I need to back up though, because the 27th is the fair parade. Mitchell Chamber puts that on, and they have a great parade that morning, I think at 10:30. So yeah, and then Sunday, Mitchell Berean Church usually has church activities out here. And then starting Monday, 4-H exhibits have arrived, but shows have started, and I know there's a lot of setup and entering from the home arts side of exhibits, and then it's just go the rest of the week. Tuesday night will be the FFA alumni event, and that's they usually have a chore time activity, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of teams, a lot of young individuals involved in that. Wednesday night is the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pull. Tractor Pull, another popular event. It just has its following, you know, young, old, and it's kind of a nostalgic event, you know, that people just love. It's just been around, and you know, a lot of times people have family members that are participating, and so, you know, it's always a good event for the community as well. Thursday night is the Arena Cross. This will be the second year for the Arena Cross. There's a group of individuals that have a committee that put that on, and last year we had a lot of rain, so they had a lot of extra work last year, just removing mud to bring in dirt and stuff. But you know, it's a dirt bike racing is very popular, motocross racing, and so you know, we just look at that event to continue to grow. And Friday night is the Jared Neiman with opening at Frank Ray concert. Today, the headliner, Jared Neiman. Yep, and I mentioned earlier, Frank Ray is the opening act for that. Both great artists, and I think it'll be a really great concert that night, yeah. And then Saturday night is the 41st annual Rubber Chuck Race. It actually started, and it was involved with golf carts and businessmen, and lots of teams back in the day, and then it they upped it to 3-wheelers. From 3-wheelers we're at 4-wheelers, and so it's just been a staple in the community, just kind of a made-up event, and it's just never lost its, you know, it's never lost its popularity, that's for sure. They'll be up and running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Fraser. And yeah, they put on a great concert, or excuse me, a great carnival, and I think you can go to their website for their tickets. You can go to our website, www.scottsbluffcountyfairgrounds.com, and the grandstand area is sold out for the Rubber Check race, but we have other areas that we've had additional bleachers added and stuff that you'll be able to purchase your tickets for that event as well.
Be sure to check out the community calendar and more stories from around the area on our website at www.aroundthetownnews.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching Around the Town News.